Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I've got some exciting news for you all. Construction on the new building has begun. And all this started happening pretty quickly. I received a call from the builder about 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. Told him everything was all set here. By 6 a.m. Friday morning, the crew was on site and work had begun. Now I know quite a few of you have followed this project for the last few years on the channel here, from clearing the land to reshaping everything, getting it just right for the building. But I'm recording this phase of the project differently, out of respect for the privacy of the crew, as well as keeping safety in the forefront. It's best if I don't bring the camera out here until after everyone has vacated at the end of the day. These guys know their work and they do it well, and the last thing I need to do is be a distraction. So expect this episode to be a compilation of end of the day walk-arounds of the progress. We can show the status of the building, look at what all got done, and just enjoy watching everything go up. So this is day one's progress. All of the posts have been set, main building as well as lean-to posts on the far side. 31 total. And this was the step that had everyone the most nervous, because we all know how rocky this ground can be. Thankfully, their auger sunk every hole. They did not have to bring in an excavator to manually dig any boulders, and that made everyone very happy. After the holes were all drilled, the cement truck came in and poured the footings for the sidewall posts. Those are the main load-bearing walls of the building. Those precast concrete discs went under the lean-to posts as well as the posts on both end walls. All of the posts for the main part of the building are triple laminated 2x6s with finger joints taking it from raw lumber to pressure treated lumber at the base. Also, poly wrap around the bottom of each post. Should the frost heave the ground, that will help the ground to slide up and down the post without wanting to grab onto it and lift the whole thing. Lean-to posts, similar construction, except they are a 4-layer, quad-layer laminate 2x6. Same finger joints, taking it to pressure treated at the base. Looking at the front of the building, this wide gap right here, as well as that wide gap at the back, that is where the 14-foot by 14-foot overhead doors will be located on each end. We'll have a walk door on this front corner right here, and there will be another walk door between that corner post back there and that first one in. Third walk door will go on this corner and feed out under the lean-to, be located about right there, and each side wall will have 3 windows, evenly spaced. And in addition to setting the posts, they also had time to begin work on the window box openings and related pieces of wood for framing all of that in. Standing in here, we can start to get a feel for what this space is going to be. And looking around, there's one thing I know for certain. I could not have set all these posts by myself if you gave me a whole month to do it. I'm just a mechanic, I'm not a builder, so it's important to know your limitations. So that concludes the walk around of day one's progress. Stay tuned, day two's up next. All right, it's 24 hours later. Here's where things stand at the end of day number 2. All the trusses are in place. All the purlins are along the sides, as well as up on the roof. Walking through the front main door, we can start to get a feel for how the walls will close in. Sidewalls 16 feet high. The bottom cords of those trusses are quite a ways off the ground. That's all right though, because down along this side, we will have an open storage loft about halfway up to the top. So we've got the short 45-degree braces tying the trusses to the main posts on this side. We've got temporaries, longer ones on the other side. And also we've got some side bracing, or angle bracing, I should say, in all the corners, as well as some temporaries on this end as well. The pressure treated grade board has been installed around the entire perimeter. And up top, they're beginning work on the box section eave overhangs right now. I spec'd it for 1 foot out on the front and the sides. We could have gone with 2 foot, but this is a pole barn after all. I just thought the 1 foot would look a lot better. No work on the lean-to as of yet. I assume they'll start with that after they finish up all of those eaves. The old wood scraps pallet grew considerably today, but still that's not excessive considering all the cuts that were made, hanging all that additional lumber on. So that wraps the day number 2 walk around. Steady progress. It's all looking very, very good. We'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, the sun is going down on day number 3, and they're starting to make shade. Lots of the steel went on today. We've got the 3 window box openings in place down this side, and for now they're just sheeting right over those openings. I know it's hard to see with the sun being so low, but this is the sidewall color. It's called Colonial Red. And up there on the roof, that is called Charcoal Gray. 2 cupolas in place already with the weather vanes up top. And the cupolas are like miniatures of the rest of the building. They've got the charcoal gray roof and bottom flashing. They've got the Colonial Red side louvers. And the corner trim vertical is bright white. Same that will be on the building. The boxed eave edges were all finished today. And bright white soffit and fascia all around. Also, lean-to posts have been notched at the top, LVL headers lined out. We're getting ready to start building that out as well. That does it for day number 3. Okay, it's day 4, and we've got a lean-to. Both end trusses put in place. We've got the LVL header boards that go across the top of the notched lean-to posts, soffit and fascia installed all the way down, and it looks like we've got an extra 2x6 layer on the outside of the LVL, probably for like a flat nailer surface. Double LVL on each side of that notched post. That center finger joint extends up, ties into the next LVL member, supports all of the purlins and the steel. And then way up at the top up there, you can just see it, the rafter tails anchor on. That's what gives us our 1 foot out eave overhang. Walk door openings also all were boxed in today. All 3 of them are just tentatively hung in the opening. So this one will feed from this end of the lean-to into the main building. That's where we just were over there. We've got this other main walk door on the front of the building. And just flipped as if mirror image from the front, 3rd walk door on the back. That's a wrap of the day 4 progress. Stay tuned for more. Day 5 brings with it windows all fully installed, as well as the walk doors. They also spent some time working inside today, installed all those longitudinal braces, tying all of the bottom cords of the trusses together. The white lean-to post trim is all installed, all the sheeting on this north wall, as well as that thin strip that goes just beneath the lean-to eave edge. And up there under the main roof line eave edge, that still has to be done. So here we are, everybody, day number 6, and the building crew has finished their work. Both ends have been fully sheeted in. We have the bright white corner trim all around, bright white door opening trim. Way up there at the peak, the Northland with the NB logo. Both gable ends of the lean-to sheeted in as well. White corner trim, white bottom trim all the way down. Same on the other end as well. So everything is prepped for the concrete slab. That will be happening next. Once we get the floor put in here, then the overhead doors will be set on each end. Once again, specifications, 14 foot by 14 foot roll up overhead door on each end, making it a pass-through design. Very, very nice space. 40 wide, 64 feet long, and the lean-to sticks out 12 feet and runs the full 64 down that side. The concrete slab that is going in next will be 6 inches thick. So here it is, after 3 long years of me out here working by myself, clearing the land, moving the earth, picking the rock, always picking the rock. It took the Northland crew just 6 days to pop a building up, and I could not be happier with the result. It's absolutely beautiful. And big shout out to the entire crew at Northland Buildings. Right from the start, working with the sales rep, speccing the building, making all the decisions. He says, now is the time to get it right, because if you're not happy with your building, it means I didn't do my job. So he said, if you have any concerns, call me, we'll work them out. Sure enough, early on, I decided I wanted to do a color change. He says, no problem. Got all that stuff switched around, set in stone, drew up the plans, and then when it came to the building phase, contacted the project manager after that with a question about the building materials, because I'm just a mechanic, I don't know what I'm looking at. Left him an email well after business hours on a Friday evening thinking it'll be there ready for Monday morning, no rush. Within an hour I had a response back with my question answered. So excellent people to work with, highly recommended. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It was fun watching the building pop up, doing the walkarounds at the end of every day. A lot of material left to go. We got the slab going in next, then overhead doors. I'd like to get an overhead storage loft built in there. Plenty more episodes to come, so hope to see y'all back for all of that. Thank you everyone for watching. Tune in again.